This is what Sheriff Mack and others have been talking about out there. I'm just going to kind of mention the event, and I'll go ahead and quiet down. Like I said, I could talk for hours. On March 6th, Willie's Place Theater. They asked me, because Sheriff Mack's been on my show, they said, can you get Sheriff Mack out here? Because the sheriff of Hill County, just so y'all know, he got a copy of the same book right there. And I got 30 copies in at a little break on the price from Sheriff Mack. He came out there and they were talking about this just over a breakfast. They got a nice little restaurant there at Willie's Place. And they were sitting down there and they said, you know, this is all right. This is absolute. You know, the county sheriff is the highest elected officer in that county, and he has the power to stop unconstitutional actions right there in that county. Sheriff Mack went to the Supreme Court over the Brady bill because they were being forced to do things that they shouldn't have been done, and he won on 10th Amendment grounds. So we're talking 10th Amendment, state sovereignty, nullification. Same thing. So they said, as a side question, they said, well, do you know Deborah Medina too? She's kind of talking along the same lines. I said, yes, I do. I said, he said, can you get them both? I said, yes. And then I had Tim Baldwin. He's the son of Chuck Baldwin, that most people know from the Constitution Party. And he's a felony attorney, constitutional attorney in Florida. So he's speaking as well. This is going to be streamed everywhere. It's going to be on Sirius XM radio. It's going to be broadcast by video. It's going to be pushed everywhere. And we just found out, and this is, I'm going to just make this last note on here. On February 6th, Sheriff Mack actually had a training meeting with about a dozen of the law enforcement associations in Texas, teaching them a class. And there were some very skeptical people in there when they started. When they finished, they were all on board. They are all planning on ramping it up and starting to teach this into every county in Texas. Now, once those, please. Once every sheriff in this state is informed that they have to protect our rights, as the Declaration says, as the Constitution says, as the Texas Constitution says, they started doing that, then when we exercise our rights, they back us. They interpose against the federal government or the state government for us. That is what these principles are about. But you've got to know what your rights are. You got to know what the boundaries of the Constitution are, and then understand. Look, the government can talk about and actually, in some cases, do things for us. But at what price? At what price do we pay? So that's what I'll leave you with. What price do we pay? I'm not willing to consent to this stuff anymore. I hope that everyone else out there starts exercising their rights and says, I didn't consent, I'm not doing this. Please join on my radio show at any point in time, and if you have any questions whatsoever, come on back. I got a few bumper stickers left. I've got some of Sheriff Mack's books. Just go to drawaline.org. Start educating yourself. I pass out materials out there all the time over the radio show. I'll put them into a PDF and say, just let me know. And this is not what I do for a living. Not what I do for a living. But I am doing it for my life and your life and everybody that you know. Everybody you love and care for. If you actually love and care for them, do not let this room stay empty. Start getting together. I will come back over here and speak anytime y'all want. But you've got to take a chance to be yourself, exercise your rights, and be what you were intended to be. Thank you.